Hello guys and welcome back to the final week of Big Brother season 26, and it's been a crazy road. There are 4 people left in the house now, and honestly I just don't know what's going to go down, because every single time I think I know what's going to happen in this final 4, something switches, some pieces move and shift, and I actually don't know who's making it to the final 3. I really don't. I think I know 2 people that will, but between the other 2, it literally could go anyway, and I think we're going to have to find out on Thursday what truly happened. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the episode, shall we? After Chemo's eviction, Mackenzie and Chelsea are setting to work to make sure that they have got everybody on their side. And by everybody on their side, I mean when they get to the final 3, they need to make sure that if they do not win their final head of household, that somebody else will be bringing them to the end. I'll talk more about Chelsea's attempts a little bit later on, but Mackenzie is doing a fantastic job of that. She seems to think she's got Chelsea. She seems to think that she's got Cam. So the only other person that she needs to guarantee is Rubina, because Rubina could very easily slip through this week and make it to the final 3, and against all odds could be the final head of household, who knows. But she needs to make sure that she has her in her corner. And I think it's interesting that she's trying to mist Rubina by basically being like, yo, I want all women at the end. I want it to be me, you, and Chelsea, essentially giving her a little bit of hope. And I think that's quite nice to an extent, but obviously it's just giving Rubina a little bit of false hope if there actually isn't any hope for her in this game. And I am a little bit worried that that is going to be the case. I do like Rubina, and would I like her to make it to the final 3? Yes, because I think that would be the least likely event that would happen. I think the most crazy thing that could happen this week is if Chelsea goes home. I think the second most crazy would be if Mackenzie goes home. The next one is Cam, and then Rubina's the most obvious choice to go home this week. And I think it would be nice to have all 3 of the women in the final 3, because then I think it leaves the path open for Chelsea and Mackenzie to kind of wipe the floor with Rubina in the nicest way possible. Bit tough and bit rough. The issue is, and I do feel like there is a bit of jury going on a little bit towards Mackenzie and Rubina. Not Rubina, Chelsea. And therefore, if Chelsea is in the final 2, I reckon Tikor, Chemo, Angela, and potentially Leah could vote for Rubina to win, and that's a majority already, which is kind of crazy. Bit tough, bit rough. So once again, this head of household, I was hoping for miracles to happen. I was really hoping for a Rubina win, because then Rubina would make it to the final and then would be finally losing one of this trio, like actually losing one of them. And I think this is what's interesting, is the fact that one game, one head of household can change the entire game. And even one incorrect answer can just absolutely ruin your chances of winning. It's so frustrating that this one was, I think it was, you had to buzz in first in order to get the point. And it had to be correct, obviously, rather than just, if you all get it correct, you all get a point. The issue was that I think Rubina managed to get more correct answers than Chelsea overall, or they managed to get like the same, so it would have gone to a tiebreaker. I think it was just a little bit annoying that they decided to switch and change the rules to, if you buzz in first and win, then like you get the point. I don't think we've seen that from the rest of this series, so it was a little bit annoying that that happened, because Rubina was a little slow sometimes. She managed to get 2 points straight out the bat, and then it's almost like she slowed down. Cam was just in his own world. He managed to get like 1 point and then was just slow and incorrect most of the time, which was really frustrating to watch, because he'd buzz in first with the wrong answer, and I was like, did you even look at the screen? Did you even pay attention to what was going on? I do think he is throwing competitions. I really do, especially watching this HOH. There were so many times where he would buzz in almost immediately, it seemed, and he would have the wrong answer. And I was like, huh? How do you make that mistake so many times in a row? Wouldn't you prefer to be correct but slow than fast and incorrect? Because it does just look like you are throwing at that point. I don't know. Cam is an enigma to me because I just don't get why he's doing this. He's like a puzzle that I just can't quite work out. And he can't seem to work out the puzzles either. Then we had Chelsea winning, which I'm fine with. She's won 4 HOHs this season, and if she wins the final one, then she's got the record for most ever. And I do think that is impressive, I have to say. I do think it's something to be applauded. But again, it's the most obvious outcome of this head of household. A Cam head of household, a Rubina head of household would have been interesting because they've never been in that position of power before. Whereas Chelsea and Mackenzie have. And it's also wild to me that since we started Jury, Chelsea, Mackenzie and Leah are the only people that have won a head of household. Which is kind of frustrating because it went like Chelsea, Leah, Mackenzie, Chelsea, Mackenzie, Chelsea. And it's probably going to be Mackenzie or Chelsea at the end. So, I don't know. I'm just not overjoyed by the fact that it's been a little bit heavy-weighted to those two. Is that bad to say? I don't know. Mackenzie's won a lot of vetoes as well. And it is just getting to the point where every competition I go into going, oh, okay, Mackenzie or Chelsea have got this. Cool. Okay. Nice. But yeah, the head of household competition was fun. I enjoyed it. Let's move on. So this is where Chelsea's decision making really is just spectacular to watch. And I think she might be one of the best strategists that I've seen thus far on the show. Remember, I've only seen BB2, BB3, BB4, BB24, BB25, BB26. So I've only seen 6 seasons. So I don't know what happened before. I don't know what happened after the seasons that I've watched. You get what I mean. I haven't seen those seasons. But I do think this is incredible what she's doing. Rubina thinks that it is the girls against Cam. Everybody else thinks that it's the trio against Rubina, which sucks, but it is what it is. Chelsea's sitting there and she's like, I need to make sure that I've got every single person on side this week. I've already got Mackenzie and Cam. They're going to take me to the final regardless. But I need to make sure I get Rubina on my good side, or I need to be on her good side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up Cam and Mackenzie. And I was like, ooh, okay, this could backfire, but okay, I like the idea because it means that Rubina doesn't sit on the block at the start. And it's a case of like, oh, well, whoever wins the veto, that's it. I have to put Rubina up if either of you two win the veto. It's just that's how it goes. So she's playing a good game in the sense of she's managed to make Rubina think, oh, okay, I'm still off the block. I have a chance to stay off the block rather than having to battle from on the block. And I think that has earned Chelsea points with Rubina. I think it's actually a very, very good play because when she's talking to Cam and Mackenzie, they're both wanting to target each other. Mackenzie wants to get Cam out. Cam wants to get Mackenzie out. And Chelsea's sitting there like, rah, this is a win-win for me because Rubina's not going to go home. So all of this effort that I've put in with Rubina this week is not going to go to waste. And second of all, Cam and Mackenzie want to get the blood on their hands in order to send someone home. This is brilliant. This is actually spectacular. I'm really enjoying watching Chelsea just absolutely mastermind the game. I gotta say, the rest of the episode was a bit dull and boring. But watching her, like, play everyone like puppets, and nobody's clocking it. Nobody is realising this. And that's what's so frustrating. Angela was the only one that was like... And Leah, even. Both of them were like... And then Mackenzie did Chelsea's bidding and got rid of them. So you know what? It's just frustrating at the end of the day. It is. It really, really is. Because I just sit there and I think, oh, this season could have been so wildly different if different choices were made. Obviously. But Chelsea's just ran this game from, I would say, the jury section. From the moment that she became head of household in the jury, that's when she started running this game. Even potentially a little bit before, but even then, I think she was running this game, like, from jury. the whole of the jury portion of this game. And the thing is, this is what's crazy. She only took out 2 people. She took out Quinn, she took out Angela. And then this week she's having to take out someone. That's craziness. Everybody else that's gone home has been at somebody else's hands, even though she's had a say in literally every single one of the evictions. Kind of crazy if you ask me. So we end up on the veto. We didn't get to see the result of the veto, but spoiler alert, Mackenzie won. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so the veto competition for this episode, or for this week, was the Days veto. Now, this is the competition at the end of every series of Modern Big Brother that I've seen, 24, 25, 26, where they have to put dates in order. They'll be shown a picture, and they'll be like, oh, what day did this happen? Usually they have to put them in order. This game was a lot better, I thought, and I think they should use this prototype moving forward, because it was so much more interesting to watch, and it felt like the stakes were so much higher than watching 4 people in an individual room attempt to battle it out, and then like some people are much further along, whereas this felt like it was round by round. The person who got it the slowest was like given a strike. 3 strikes, you're out. I thought it was really entertaining, and it was really interesting to see how Mackenzie ended up on 2 strikes very quickly and then clawed her game back. Cam was on no strikes for so long and then ended up losing, although we haven't actually seen that yet, but I'm going to tell you that is exactly what happened. Rubina and Chelsea did a good job. Rubina was doing so well for so long, and then I think she just hit 3 duds in a row. And then Chelsea was doing okay, but I think she was trying to throw the competition because she didn't want to have to use the veto. So this was just a very, very tactically interesting challenge, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. The previous seasons, it's felt a little bit disjointed. It's felt a little bit, oh, okay, this person's a lot further ahead than this person. This person's obviously going to win. I mean, last season, it was ridiculous. Like, I was so wound up because Felicia, I think Felicia was doing well, and then Jag was just like, I've won it, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Not another Jag win. Not another one. Another one. Are you serious? Anyway, so this series, yeah, it felt a lot more fair. It felt a lot more interesting to watch, I guess. And I was very pleasantly pleased with it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I had a great time watching it. I don't really have much else to say on the matter, so let's go to the outro. Well, that is the episode done, I guess. There's not really much else to say, like, at all at the moment. I'm really kind of just bored with the end of this season. I think as much as we were all joking about, like, oh, when Tucker leaves, that's the death of the series. Oh, when Quinn leaves, that's the death of the series. Oh, when Leah leaves, when Tikor leaves, that's the death of the series. But like, deadass, when Angela did leave, that's when the show became boring and a bit predictable and a bit dull, because she kept it exciting every week when she kept on getting saved. I was like, huh? How are we letting this woman go through? And then she got kicked out double eviction, which obviously is the most iconic place to get kicked out, let's be honest. But even so, frustrating to watch. Frustrating. I just want Angela back on my TV screens. This episode was so boring because she wasn't there. But she'll be back on Thursday, I think, because we'll get to check in with the jury house, I think. And then we'll get to see a finale night. So actually, we've got plenty of Angela content coming up, hopefully. I'm excited to see what her question's going to be at the final, like, jury talk thing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Doing all that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. But until then, keep on ranting. And I'll see you guys later. Bye now.